Hello and welcome to the 4th edition of the build of the week. And well, the first time around we had a battle mage, the second time we got a spellbreaker, and the last time we had the old blade master. And all of these three builds have something in common: they do not include the occultist. So this week I actually got a lot of help from Nitrix, and what you're about to see is entirely his build. We got a summoning pyromancer. I hope you guys enjoy. Jumping straight into the build here, and well, there is nothing really unusual, there's nothing complicated, it's pretty much all straightforward. We have 1 point into the Curse of Frailty, 1 point into Vulnerability, the rest are just bonuses. I have +2 to Occultist, well, +1 to Occultist and +1 to all. And these two you're going to use as debuffs. In essence it's only one, because it's only the Curse of Frailty. And next we have 1 point into the Familiar, 1 point into Mind Flesh, 1 point Storm Spirit, and 1 point Lightning Strike. This is a pretty good pet. It's not outstanding. The most damage dealers are going to be the Hellhound and another pet that you actually get from the relic, and that's for the Familiar. And we have the Blood of Dreeg with Armor of the Guardian, again only 1 point into these. And the reasoning behind this is, first of all, a heal, and then the second one, because this is our only way to heal our pets. And we got Armor of the Guardian because, well, it's actually really good, and the bonus applied to the pets as well, the plus 10% attack speed. Okay, so we have maxed Hellhound, maxed Emberclaw, 1 point in Hellfire, and 1 point in Infernal Breath. This is pretty much all straightforward. I do think the Emberclaw is the best skill to max out of Hellfire and Infernal Breath. And then 1 point into the Bonds of Pismio, and maxed out Devotion. Devotion is absolutely insane. It gives, as you can see, bonus to all pets, 87% total damage and 35% total speed. Okay, so that was the Occultist, as I said, pretty straightforward. And then into the Demolitionist, we put 10 points into the Demolitionist. We got 1 point in Vindictive Flame, 1 point in Searing Light, and 5 points in Flashbang. And the reason for these 5 points in Flashbang is that, well, we are going to use Flashbang a lot. We are actually going to be spamming this ability, and that is why, as you can see here, 38% chance of confuse the target for 3 to 5 seconds. And this is what is actually going to keep us alive and will allow our pets to kill stuff really fast. Okay, so let's jump into the gear now. One thing to note about gearing up a summoner is that, well, it is extremely different than any other build, any other class. And that is because pets do not benefit from your offensive ability, your defensive ability, your resistances. They do not benefit from anything. The only thing that can actually increase the pet stuff is, as you can see here, for example, this ring has bonus to all pets plus 25% total damage. That is the only thing that actually affects pets. So now that we know that, we're actually going to gear up the summoner as defensive as possible. And well, if we do have the certain items that have bonus to all pets, then it is fully recommended that you use these. But for the rest, it's just defense. Okay, I am going to go over the weapon. And well, in this case I have a Fiendblood Spellblade, and this one gives bonus to all pets and +3 to Emberclaw. And well, to be noted, the component is an enchanted flint, which gives us fire aura. And pets actually do benefit from your auras. That is important to know. And you can replace the Fiendblood Spellblade with a Salazar's Blade to summon a Salazar pet, but if it does not have Blood Rage +1, then it is most probably not really worth it, as the Fiendblood Spellblade is quite good. Okay, up to the head. In here we have kind of command. It's nothing unusual, it's just bonus to all pets. The attack speed is really good, total damage as well. Component, I went with a runestone. The components and, well, all the gear can be changed. As I said, it's not something basis for a summoner. You just go with what you have. I decided to use a Blight Shard amulet because, well, it summons another pet, the Blighted Rift Scourge, and honestly this pet kind of sucks. He tends to die and the damage is really bad, but I just went with a lot of pets, and the Blight Shard amulet does the job. If you do not want to use it though, you can use the Spirit Stone charm, at least in my opinion. The Spirit Stone charm gives 32 total damage to all pets and 17% health. There are some better amulets that have more total damage, like 35, but they do not have the health. Also, this one has +1 to summon familiar and +2 to the Bones of Bismiel. Okay, the offhand, we got the Black Grimoire of Ognapesh, and this one summons Revenant of Ognapesh, and the Revenant moves really slow. That is why he's not an excellent pet. He moves really slowly, but it's quite cool and he looks cool and it does the job. Also, the Black Grimoire gives bonus to all pets. And well, if you do not have this bloody item that I found a lot for, and in the end didn't even found, you can use Wormclaw. That one works. Okay, let's get to the rings. I am using the same ring here twice because of the bonus to all pets. It is a sucky ring. You can definitely get a better one, but I decided to use this one because the bonus to all pets in 25% total damage. Okay, the chest. This one is actually a pretty good chest. It has health, defense, and some resists. Again, you just go for defense right here. Hallowed Ground +1 to all skills in Occultist. And because I actually had quite a bit of physique, I went with the Templar's leg armor. Again, pure defense with an ancient armor plate in it. Now this one is really important, the Savagery Relic. It gives us the Stormhound, which is, well, actually a copy of the Hellhound, pretty much. It has some different abilities, but it does quite the same damage and it's really good. And well, it's actually a really best in slot must have for this build, the Savagery Relic. Next we got the Utility Pack. Now you can replace Utility Pack with a lot of things. You can do Acolyte's Court, although it is pretty sucky. Or you can do just a Subjugator's Belt, which actually would be pretty good. If you got a decent one, then I would recommend that. I have a Resistant Ranger's badge in here. Again, this one kind of sucks. It gives health and just resists. Rifthound Leather Boots. I chose to go with this. Gives some poison and acid and +2 to summon Hellhound. Also, the bonus to all pets, the total speed is really good. Now, on the hands, Glacial Heavy Handguards of Menhir's Will. Again, this one I think it is pretty good. It has a lot of health, defensive ability, armor, 5% elemental resistance, and 21 bleeding resist with an Unholy Inscription. The reason for the Unholy Inscription in there is just the vitality resist and the bleeding resist. That's the sole reason of the Unholy Inscription in there. Shoulders. Now these shoulders really suck, but I chose to go with them because of the vitality resistance, and that's pretty much it. You can definitely get better shoulders than this. And with that, I think we are done with gear. As you can see here, the resistances are very high. I chose to leave the elementals at this and focus more on like get a little bit of ether, chaos, vitality, bleeding, and a bit of poison. Okay, well, this has been pretty much the Pyromancer, and make sure to check the gameplay videos because you can actually see what I'm doing and how I'm playing it. It actually behaves a lot differently than well, not a summoner. and you guys might want to check that out. Okay, if you guys enjoyed, I really thank you all for watching, and I will see you all next time.